All right, guys, your job is real simple. You keep that water flowing, win the hearts and minds, and then the Iraqis start pointing fingers and giving me and the boys some targets to hit.
Captain!
Mahmoud.
You got my 20?
This is Mahmoud. These boys, gonna fix your water problem.
Hello everyone, I'm Johnny, and today we're taking a look at Sandcastle from 2017, a movie about the Iraq War. This is an overlooked movie that didn't get a lot of attention, and the reviews that it did get were less than exceptional. I, however, thought this was a really good movie and well worth checking out. So let's take a look at why. Sandcastle takes place in 2003, the first year of the Iraq War, and follows a young Army Reserve Private Matt Oker, played by Nicholas Hoult, who does an excellent job throughout. You might call this story a coming-of-age or redemption story, but like the war, one without a clear end. Private Oker joined the Army Reserves in 2001, before the war, in order to get money for college. Oker also comes from a family of military servicemen, but when he finds himself in Iraq, he does not want to be there. Like countless soldiers before him, Oker attempts one of the oldest tricks in the book, a self-inflicted wound, something that has historically resulted in being shot, but also has gotten many soldiers off the line. In modern times, Oker is risking a charge under the Uniform Code of Military Justice, where he can face a penalty of dishonorable discharge, forfeiture of pay, and even confinement of up to 5 years. But today, the military is a little more flexible and might take a soldier's psychological condition into consideration. However, the result Oker landed on was a cast and some painkillers, a punishment without an investigation that resulted in continued service with extra pain. This sort of discreet medical justice is not uncommon, and some might view it as a deterrent against others from attempting the same. But staying in Iraq also gives Oker a chance at redemption and maybe making a difference. The story focuses on a very plausible and real scenario, nothing too Hollywood. Oker and his squad mates are going to be helping transport and protect drinking water, as well as help bring a town's pumping station back online. This is also where Oker and his boys will link up with special forces operating in the area, and also where we get to meet Henry Cavill playing Captain Syverson, who is very convincing in his role, even though his unexpected, subtle southern accent is a bit distracting. His character makes for an excellent foil for Oker's squad, still a bit naive about the realities of Iraq.
Listen here, you piece of shit. I hope you get shot and fucking die. Don't translate that.
The focus on water makes the movie very believable and highlights a lot of what the war meant to millions of Iraqis, which was just a brutal disruption to their daily lives and necessities for living. The civilians lining up to get a daily ration of water is still something that takes place today in the Middle East because of war, and people live and die by such rations. The civilians understand their vulnerability here, as do the Americans, and of course the Iraqi insurgents, which will naturally lead to violence. Basic resources are a great way to control people. Firefights in the movie are not over-the-top blockbuster engagements, but they are believable. There are lots of little details you can watch for, like a soldier tripping over his radio, confusion where the fire's coming from, debate about what floor fire is coming from. It's also good to see that when men drag a fully equipped body, it's not easy. The most disturbing but believable scene during any of the firefights is when Oker looks out at his sergeant, shot dead. His body is subsequently shot several more times. I won't show it, but it's a believable and overlooked detail in many war movies. Gunmen firing from across a street have no idea if that man is dead or prone. The story is inspired by writer Chris Rosner's own experience. I can only guess at what specific experiences he shared with the movie, but I like many details, such as there not being enough ceramic plates to go around for body armor. This was an issue at the start of the war, and soldiers even sometimes purchased their own plates privately. There are a lot of great non-battle scenes, like Oker complaining about having to ride in the back of a vehicle with a dead Iraqi body, only later to come out drenched in sweat due to a lack of air conditioning. All these sorts of scenes feel like memories and experiences of real soldiers. Likewise, so do the scenes of soldiers messing around at the Republican Palace, which must have felt surreal with all the destruction taking place in Iraq. Ultimately, Oker never gets a clear redemption, nor do we get the sense he clearly understood what he experienced or witnessed, despite being a critical thinker. It's fitting, though, I don't think many American generals or politicians who presided over the war could give you a clear answer about what America learned from the war or accomplished. Alright, I'm Johnny. Thanks for watching. Do check out Sandcastle if you want maybe not the flashiest war movie, but a thoughtful one with solid storytelling and a great cast. Anyway, if you want to support the channel or the cat, do like, subscribe, or comment and all that crap. And most importantly, do have a nice rest of your day.